Hello and welcome to another episode of Death by Bunjie. This episode of Death by Bunjie is just to let you know two things. Number one, Friday, September 24th, 7 p.m., I will premiere and join you for a look at Bungie's first bear. That's right, we were successful in getting a bear up in Maine, and that video should be done this week, should be up, and Friday we'll get together at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and watch that video together. The second thing I wanted to do is share with you my preparations for that bear hunt. This is a video that I shot from my motel room before I went out this year for bear. Made it to Maine. My first morning in Maine, I've got some supplies and I'm ready to see if I can get Bunjie on a bear. Had a really nice bear camp last night, talked to a lot of really neat people. They are having a lot of bears on baits. They say they aren't the biggest bears this year. I think that has to do, there's a seasonal thing with that, a problem with that. I think anytime you're dealing with bears, the weather this year, I don't know what they've had for weather up here, but weather back home, of course, been very, very wet here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Get up here to Maine, I don't know what kind of weather they've had. I don't know how that translates into bears, but the guide is telling me at the camp that it really has a lot to do with that they're seeing a lot of daylight between the belly of the bear and the ground, if you know what I'm saying. So they got some gangly bears, but Bunjie and I are not picky. Bunjie and I are here to see a bear, first and foremost, see one in person, and get a crack at one if that opportunity presents itself. So we're not real picky. Really, I just don't want to shoot a mother with cubs, and I don't want to shoot a cub. Other than that, Bunjie and I are going to take that shot, right? Nice little motel here. I've got a spot here for everything you need in the world. I got a microwave over here. I've got, some tables to put my batteries on, spread all my gear out, get my batteries charged. I got a charging table over there with a bunch of magazines to read in my spare time. Got all my gear in here, but I'm going to go through and pack my bags for our first 2021 Maine bear hunt day. All right, well, I am in the motel getting ready to head out for the first day of my bear hunt here in Maine. Pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited, and this guy right here is pretty excited too. I got Bunjie with me. Pretty exciting. And I gotta tell you, it's gonna rain terrible, okay? I'm expecting rain from the time that I get out of the truck to get in the stand all the way through until I get out of the stand at the end of the night. Not the best hunting conditions, certainly not the best bear hunting conditions, and certainly not a crossbow's favorite opportunity to be in the woods. Just make sure that string is nice and tacky. It's very waxed. I'm not going to adjust that, I guess, but it's very tacky. Hear that? That's a good sound. So we should be good there. I have some oil here from Excalibur. This little package that I bought, one of these things will last your whole lifetime practically. But I'm going to go around and real quickly just put a dab in each of the screw heads here to keep them from rusting out. And I am going to put a dab or two in the trigger mechanism, in the safety, just to make sure there's a little extra oil in there to repel any water that might want to get in there and call it home. So we will do that before we go. I have my original tube of scorpion venom rail lube and the wax right here in this little bag. I keep it in here because that scorpion venom tube gets a little greasy, but that guy will go with me to the stand. I'll put a dab on there after I get it in the stand before I cock it. When I get to the stand, I will do that, and we will be good to go. So that, my friends, is what Bunjie's going to look like today. This is the low light scope, the Excalibur Twilight DLX scope. I do love this scope, and I really hope that it gives me a nice view of a black bear. I've got red and green illumination. I'll probably be using red today if I have to shoot at a bear. For arrows, I've selected the Maine Hunters to accompany me and to accompany Bunjie on this trip. we are pretty excited about that. You guys have seen these arrows before, but they are the Maine Hunter arrow. These were from a friend of Bunjie, Alex. Thank you very much. The Maine Hunter Doom arrows. They got a nice front of center on them. They're pretty front of center weighted. I think they got about 110 grain insert on the front end. I am not sure, but I did some math and that's what it looks like. I am going to be playing around with that in future on future videos here on Death by Bunjie. I'll be shooting a 150 grain broadhead, and we've chosen the Swahackers for this hunt. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that'll make a good choice overall for getting out there and getting on a bear. Bunjie seems to like the Swacker broadheads with the Maine Hunters on it. Out to 30 yards, no problem at all. The guide assures me that we are looking at 15, 20 yard shots. So that's a good setup. They have archery versus rifle setups. This guy does. And when I called and set up this hunt, he asked me if I was right-handed or not. And that to me said a lot, because they're thinking about people that are pulling off to one side. That means a lot to me. So I've got a stand picked out. They picked one out for me. They said they've got bears on all the baits, so there should be bears across the board. Should be seeing some bears. We're going to find out. What I'm going to do now is pack up my 2 backpacks. And just to show you what I got planned for today, I have 2 backpacks. I have my regular backpack, and it's in this bag to keep it as scent-free as possible. When you're traveling on the road, when you're in a hotel room, these things are just, there's a million odors in here, a billion odors in here. So you can't get rid of all of it, but you got to take every little step you can, I believe, to keep your gear as scent-free as possible. I also have a fanny pack that I'm going to be wearing. I hate that term fanny pack, but it is an effective little tool, a little piece of gear. So, and the reason I say that is this is my thinking. I got the backpack sitting next to me, and one of the things I'm going to do is affix to the back strap, to the backpack rather, these guys. Probably won't take the orange one, we'll leave that here. But I'll put a black one of these on. These are those twisties. You can buy them at Lowe's, you can buy them at Walmart. Get yourself some of these things. I just wipe them down with scent-free wipes to make sure that they don't smell like latex or rubber. But what I'm going to do is I put that on the handle of the backpack, right? And I just give it a twist, and it stays there for good. Now it's there. It'll be in the way a little bit, but it's there, and it is there if I need it. I have used that before when you're trying to get into a tree stand. That thing will hold the backpack on the side of the tree stand. I get in the tree stand, put it on the seat next to me, ratchet that down, we're good to go. If I'm in a tree stand where I don't have a shooting rail, right, where I don't have a back on the tree stand, you can tie your whole backpack right to a branch. You can tie it to the base of the tree stand, the seat, whatever you got to do. I have tied my backpack to the ladder when the ground was flooded before. Done that before too, so it's pretty handy. So that is going with me on that trip. In addition to that, scent-free, talked about that. I have the Scent Crusher tote here with me, where I'll be doing my clothes, right? And this year, thank you, Friend of Bunjie, Eric Barnes, got myself some Scent Lock clothing. We're going to give that a try as well. We'll see how that works. But I have a small bottle of the spray. I have a big bottle of Scent Away in the car that will stay in the car. When I get out of the car, when I get ready to get in the pickup truck to go out to my site, I'll spray my boots down real heavy with that. When I get to the stand, I'll use this. If I start sweating, I'll spray my boots down with this. That sort of thing will be in good shape. They're going to smell people in these places, but hopefully they're not smelling this person in those places, if that makes any sense. That is the plan. So the key with this is figuring out which pocket to put each of these in. The fanny pack, for me, is going to be for stuff that I need. My phone, I'll put my phone in there. I will put my camera batteries in there, the spare batteries if I need to change out batteries. My remotes for my Tacticams go in the fanny pack. This goes in my backpack, and in this case, I'm going to put it in the front pocket where I got lots of room, and it can go right in there. I'm just going to go through my gear here. That is my Tacticam bag. That's not going with me. This is going to be needed at some point. When I get all done, if it's still raining, I'll put this on. If I'm going to look for a bear, I'll put this on. If I am at the end of the night helping other hunters look for bears, I hope I get that opportunity. I look forward to it. But this probably won't need, doesn't go in the fanny pack, goes in the bottom. I won't need it until the end of the hunt. It's going in the big pocket on my backpack at the bottom. So that's where that goes. Here is another product that I am taking with me, and I will show you what I got. This baggie, I like to keep stuff in baggies so I can whip it out of there if I need to, and it stays nice and safe. This is a horn, a klaxon horn. It's just an air horn. It ain't going to last all day, but when I need this, I'll have it. If a bear's climbing up my tree, if I feel like I'm in danger, bang. I can make the most noise in the woods, right? If I get lost, boom. If I need someone to locate me, boom. That is a handy thing to have on hand. So I take it with me. Also have a compass. Cheapo compass, but it's a good compass. And I've tested it, and it does point north. So what more do you need? So when I get to out there, if I'm looking for a bear, I got my phone, but if my phone's not working for some reason, I at least have that as a backup. This little doodad is pretty handy too. It's a little wrist strap, but I can strap it to a branch if need be. But if I locate a bear, I can use this to, and you can see it just starts beeping, right, blinking. But that'll stand out in the dark woods, and that will help people locate me, or help me locate my bear, or whatever it is I plan on doing. If I do track, this guy does not mind if we get down and start tracking. If we feel comfortable doing it, we're allowed to do it. But so that way I will have access to that, right? If I get down and start walking and I come to blood and get to my last blood, I'll hang that in the tree and come back to it later. So that's a good thing. Or you can mark it on your phone. Phone's great too, but this is a backup in case the phone doesn't work. So that is going in the big pocket on the backpack. Again, won't need that probably until the end of the night. I got 3 Cliff Bars. Probably won't eat all of them, but if I'm spending a long night in the woods tracking a bear, you do need a little energy. You do need something like this. I'm also going to carry some Vibrin, which I won't take unless it is the very end of the night. I'll drink that, and I've got lots of water I'll be putting in my pack as well. So I have 4 bottles of water, probably the smaller bottles, but I want to have a lot of water with me. Don't want to get dehydrated, especially if I'm out there late tracking a bear. These probably need better access to. They're going in the very front pocket of the backpack. Boom, there they go. Camera gear will probably go on top in the big pocket of the backpack. You guys know what big pockets are, in the front pockets and all that stuff. I use cheapo Walmart backpacks. So here's some good stuff that you're going to need to see, right? It tends to get a little dark in the Maine woods. We are nowhere near civilization. I have an LED, and that's the only way to go with this stuff, but an LED Cabela's backpack, or headlamp. That goes in my backpack, but it goes in the side pocket. A little side pocket here. I zip that and put it right in there. Okay? That way I know exactly where it's at when I need it. The little one, if you're looking for blood, this is a low-level LED flashlight. Not real bright, but it's enough that it does a good job. And I put that in the other side pocket. Boom, so I got it. Also going to have to get a pen to put on there. You got to have a pen to fill out your tags. And I'm going to show you the other flashlight, though, first. This is the ultimate flashlight. I actually use this for spotlighting deer. Legally, in Pennsylvania, we're allowed to do that. But this flashlight is like the lightest, the brightest thing in the world, and it's got 3 levels. For tracking blood, you cannot use the bright one. But I don't know. You don't use the brightest setting for looking for blood, but looking for bodies, looking for the body of an animal that you have taken a shot at, you cannot beat this flashlight. The problem with this thing is it turns on by itself. It's got its own brain. So what we do, we take the batteries. It runs on AA batteries. Can you believe that? So I'm going to take that out of there and just do this. I'm going to carry it without the batteries in it. So the flashlight will be with me at all times if I need it. And the batteries will be with me at all times if I need them. And I'm going to put them in the very back pocket. Nice and easy there. Very good. Licenses. Got to have licenses on you. I have my Pennsylvania and Maryland licenses in here as well. But my ear tag for the bears is in here. And that way, if I happen to shoot a bear, I will put that in there. And we will be 100% legal. So, can't beat it. Very good. Make sure that's in there. Perfect. That got to have on you. I'm putting that in the very back pocket. Bunjie always is always ready for action. Bunjie has the cocking rope, the original cocking rope that came with this crossbow back in 2010. Can you believe that? Got that on here. Always ready to go. I cock the crossbow. That goes in my left pocket, so I have easy access to it. But just in case something happens to that, I have a backup. This is just a backup. Even the bag is beat up. Look at this. Just an old baggie. But This is just my backup cocking rope. It is fit to the right length. It will work perfectly if need be, but if you need it, there it is, kaboom. So that is going, I probably won't need that. And again, that can go in the big pocket all the way in the bottom. One thing I'm not taking, this is kind of interesting, I'm not taking this, the little puffer. You ever use these? I love these in the deer woods. You open up the little fountain on top, squeeze it, and a little puff of dust comes out, scent-free dust. And the nice thing about that is it blows in a certain direction, tells you which direction the wind is traveling. It's pretty helpful when you're trying to track deer and stuff like that, or walk up on deer, or walk in and out of your stand, or choose a stand, or what have you. I won't take this with me, don't need it, because the wind is what it is. I'm going to be sitting in a stand that's pre-selected. The guide has taken into account the predominant winds, the prevailing winds. If it works, great. If it doesn't, there's not much I can do about it at this juncture, so I'm stuck with whatever stand I get, you know what I'm saying? My hunter specialty knife, Death by Bunjie gear page, you guys can check that out on there, but these knives, very handy. Got to have one of these. If I need it, I've got it. This also has the flip and zip type thing on it. This is a gut hook, so you can open up the animal without piercing the entrails and all that good stuff. This is sharpened, courtesy of my daughter Genevieve. Probably won't need this. Probably won't. The guide takes care of most of that stuff for you. They actually will take the animal, sled it out in a big old heavy-duty sled. We'll get it out, get it in the pickup truck, get it back to the camp, and then they gut it there. So that's the evening's fun. But I'm taking that with me just the same, just so I have it. Similarly, probably won't need, but will take rubber gloves. I have these in case I need to get my hands dirty. There may come a point in this hunt where I harvest the heart out of a bear, and for that reason I have a baggie for that purpose. A nice, fresh, clean, gallon-sized baggie for a heart, if that opportunity presents itself. Fingers crossed, right? I'm going to slide that into the back sleeve as well, so it stays nice and flat, and so I know where it's at, and I can get to it if needed. A multi-tool. You never know when you're going to need a multi-tool, right? The ability to go in there and, you know, turn off your luminoc, whatever you need. But it's got screwdrivers and knives, all that fun stuff in there. Shouldn't need it, but bottom, back of the backpack, down the bottom, that'll work. This, crucial, gotta have it. The Range Find EA, right? This is my Bushnell. I brought that one. I couldn't even find a case for it, but it doesn't matter. Thing works, love it, gotta have it. I'm gonna get in a tree stand. It's either 15 or 20. This will tell me which it is, and then we'll take a shot when that opportunity presents itself. That is going in, that probably can go in the fanny pack, don't you think? That's something that you might want to use from time to time. But the fanny pack, you want to avoid too much stuff in the fanny pack. You don't want too much weight to where that becomes uncomfortable to sit there with it on your lap. But also, I don't want the fanny pack, I don't want to be fidgeting, right? Movement, the bears are going to sit on the outside. I know what they're going to do, right? This isn't rocket science. They want to come in and get something to eat. They know where the food is. So that part of the equation is already answered. They don't want to get shot at. They know humans put the food there. They know that they can smell humans. The question is going to become, is there a human there now? Is it safe now? The bears want to know that. So they're going to come in, and like all wild animals, they got way more patience than I do. Way more patience than you do, probably. They're going to come in, they're going to park themselves 25, 50 yards away from me, and they're going to sit. And they're going to sit and wait till dark, and wait until they can't wait anymore. And they're going to make sure there's no other bears there, and that it's safe. They don't have to get into a fight, just eat some Pop-Tarts. And they're going to be looking. And they're going to be looking at the tree stand. And they're going to see me move. And then they're not going to come in. Or they're going to smell me. And then they're not going to come in. So I got to prevent those two things. No fidgeting. There won't be any camera goofing off here. No camera stuff. Camera stuff's going to sit. It's all remotes. I'm going to have my hands right here. Have Bunjie right here. And all I got to do is this. Boom. That's it. So the remote goes on and off. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be pushing buttons in my lap. So there won't be a lot of movement. None of the head turning, no camera up here, turn around, fidgeting, fiddling with the camera or anything like that. I even have a remote for the DSLR. So if it is not raining, I'll mount the DSLR in a tree stand if possible, and I'll hunt with that as well, film with that. But if I have to film this whole thing on a Tacticam, if this is what we get as viewers of Death by Bungie, so be it. The Tacticam on the camera mount. I do have scent-free wipes. What else? Anything else good here? Another rain poncho here. If it gets real bad, I'll throw him up front. Can throw that on if need be. That's my clear one. If it gets to the point where I got to cover up the crossbow to save the crossbow, something like that, then so be it. If it's a late night and I need aspirin, right, so I don't have a heart attack. If I need ibuprofen, so I don't have a hurt back. If I get allergies that I don't have normally, then I've got those little pills as well. It looks like a little regular pharmacy here, but trust me, this is all over-the-counter goodies. But we got them if we need them. Put them right up front in the packet, in the backpack, in case we need them. All right. Well, the other thing I'm going to do is I am going to carry this to and from the bear camp in this bag. And then when I head out to the stand, I'll take it out of the bag. I'll put the bag in the backpack. And then when I come back, I'll put the backpack back in the bag. See? So then, should be good to go. I am a scent-free shower away from killing a bear. Hopefully. Well, I hope you got a kick out of those videos. I hope it gets you all excited for the premiere, Friday, September 24th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube, right here on Death by Bungie. Until that time, all hail Bungie!